So this video is going to be how to make your 2023 vision board slash mood board for the year. Now this is a very simple tutorial. It's a very easy thing to do, but I feel like doing it with someone, even if it's me on a video, is just nice to have, like, to do it with someone, to have some moral support, because this video, at the end of the day, a vision board, visualizing your year, visualizing the life you want, and maybe your life is quite far from that life that you want, and there are changes you need to make, and changes are hard sometimes. They're a hard thing to do, so just know I'm here, I've got your back, and we can do this together. We can make these changes together, whatever changes you might want to make. Step one to making your vision board is to basically decide what it is you want to do. Decide what your goals are for that year, decide what you want to do. Now for me, when I do this, I like to have two sections. So I like to have goals and I like to have things that I would like to do. So the things that I would like to do are more those things that provide contentment and enrichment in my life and that are just fun. They're not necessarily things I need to do in order to further a goal or further anything in my life. It's just a thing that brings value to my life, which in my opinion are just as important as the goals. So we have the section of the things I want to do, and then we have a section of goals, and the goals are goals. They're tasks that you've set that you would like to achieve. So they're generally things that take a bit of work. So for example, one of mine this year is to learn to drive. So that's gonna take me revising, taking a theory test, doing driving lessons, practicing over and over, and then finally doing a driving test. Scary. So yeah, first of all is deciding exactly what it is you want to do. So I'd advise maybe just doing a little bit of soul searching. What I like to do is lie on my bed or on the floor, turn the light off, make it dark, and then just think about what you want. And kind of a prompt that I use for this is to think about your life 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 1 year from now. Think, what would you like it to be? What would you like to see? Who is there with you? Where are you? What colours do you see? Like, just stuff like that. And then when you think about what you actually want, you can then trace it back to things. So for example, if I were thinking about what I want in 10 years, so I'm 22, so that I'll be 32. I think about having a child. I would like a child at that point. And I think about spending a lot of time with that child. So therefore I can trace that back to, I need a lot of free time to be able to look after my child. I need to be flexible. So I can trace that back to kind of, okay, what career would give me that? And freelancing, you make your own schedule. Your time is your own. You can plan it however you want. You can plan it around having a child. So ideal for me. So yeah, I just suggest going through like that, thinking, where do I want to be? What do I want to have? What feelings do I want to feel? And then kind of trace back how you make that happen. And that will tell you what you need to do now. And kind of the further into the future you go, that you look, the more baby steps you'll have to do. If you're thinking, how would I like my life to be next week? If you're thinking you want it completely different to how it is now, obviously you're going to have to be doing quite a lot. But it shouldn't be a week, it should be at least a year, because this is a 2023 mood board. You have the whole of 2023 to make it happen, to accomplish it. Also as well, for the mood board, obviously I said you want to think about goals and what you want to do, but you can also think about kind of a vibe and an aesthetic. What aesthetic do you want to be? What kind of vibe, what kind of mood, what kind of colours do you want to see? And I think these are just as powerful as putting a picture of your goal. Yeah, I think this is just as powerful because you then have that visualization of the life you want, of the things you want to see. And yeah, I think getting the aesthetic of the life down is just as powerful. And it's kind of the saying of fake it till you make it. If you're seeing that kind of imagery that you want to see every day, it's going to be sparking this joy, it's going to be sparking this excitement to do it. And with this vision board, mood board, it's not just to kind of document your goals, document what you want to do, it's to inspire you and it's to spark that inspiration, so that every time you look at it, you are inspired and it makes you want to do things. You don't want to look at it and feel really weighed down and like, oh, I've got so many goals that I have to complete this year. You want to look at it and think, wow, I'm so excited to complete those. And I think adding images that are purely there as the aesthetic that you like, as the colours that you like, really help as well. So once you've collected all your images, and I would recommend Pinterest for this, it's just great. What I do is, say if one of my goals this year is I would like to start having smoothies in the morning. And so I literally type in Pinterest smoothie aesthetic, and then you'll get all these aesthetic pictures of smoothies, instead of just putting like the first picture of a smoothie that you find that maybe looks a little bit ugly. And I find this really helps. But yeah, I think Pinterest is a really good place to find all the images. Obviously you could just go on Google as well, but yeah, Pinterest is definitely, if you want it to be a more tailored aesthetic vision board, I would recommend Pinterest. But if you have a goal that is really clear to you, like maybe you have a goal to watch every single Twilight movie, maybe you've never watched them, you then obviously can just go into Google and get a picture of all the Twilight movies. That's fine. But yeah, I think maybe for the more kind of abstract aesthetic goals, Pinterest is for you. So once you've collected all your images, you then need to arrange your mood board. Now for this, you could use Photoshop, but I know not everyone has Photoshop. I do have Photoshop. I actually prefer not to use it because it's kind of just, for a mood board, vision board that's so simple, it's kind of just too much. You just don't need it. So I would personally go for PowerPoint. You could use Word, but I find PowerPoint is easier to move images. You could also go for Canva if you don't have Microsoft Office. But yeah, next step is to create your mood board and just arrange the pictures however you want. This is really up to personal taste. You can have it as cluttered or as minimalist as you want. You could have only 4 pictures on there if you want, or you could have 50. It's really up to you and up to how many things you kind of want to do in that year and the aesthetic of your mood board that you are going for. It's my finished 2023 mood board, and I just wanted to talk you through it a little bit and kind of show you what each picture represents, what goal it represents, to hopefully inspire you when you're making yours. So first of all, we have this picture here that is to represent that I'd like to get a tattoo. We have this girl with this hat on, that's to represent that I want to like get into fashion and really try and experiment. This little birthday balloon thing is to represent my birthday party I want to have. This is a picture from friends. That's just to represent that I want to spend time with my friends. I want to cherish my friends this year. Again, similar vein to this picture, it's like having a sleepover. This picture, I want to join a drama club, so this is a rehearsal. Books, because I want to read. This is a photography background, and I want to get back into photography because I did a photography A-level and I used to love it, and I just stopped. So I really want to get back into that. So that's what that's for. This is someone who's writing, and I just want to get back into writing. I'm hoping I might be able to join a writing group, so we will see. These two are to represent that I want to crochet and like experiment with my crochet. This is I hopefully want to go to Ibiza this year, so fingers crossed. This one is a bit covered, but it's a girl making out with a man who is like dollar signs, and that's just to represent that I want to save. So I want to be making out with money this year. Here's a car because I need to learn to drive this year. We've got some pottery paintings, which is something I'd like to do. We've got smoothies, which is kind of representing how I want to eat more healthy, and I actually have a blender now, so I want to have smoothies to like get some fruit and some veg in. Crochet dress represents the crochet experimentation. Organised fridge. I want to help my mum organise our entire house, so I've put the organised fridge there. This small one is pole dancing. I want to start pole dancing this year, so that's for that. This is again the fashion one, and then this is just bedroom inspo because I am finishing my bedroom this year, hopefully. And that is my full mood board for 2023. So once you've made the mood board, you've now got it, you can now put it as your background for whatever you want. I personally think the more devices you do it for, the better. You could also print it out and stick it on your wall, but I'm quite like, I try to live like quite a paperless life, so I'm not going to be doing that, but I will be setting it as my background. So last year I set it as my computer desktop screen background and also my phone background, and I think I will be doing that again. And just setting it as your background, it's such a simple thing, but I find it really does work because you're reminded of it so often. It's not something that, a task that you just did and then you never think of again. It's something that you see every single day. One thing though that I found is because it was my background, I then kind of became accustomed to it and kind of complacent because it was like, oh, it's just that thing that I see every day when I open up my phone. So what I would recommend doing, that I tried to do in 2022, was once a month look at the mood board and really like think about it and evaluate kind of how everything is going. So I just looked at the mood board every month, and it would remind me of the things I wanted to do that I kind of had forgotten about. So like look at it in depth every month. It's all well and good just having it as your background and glancing over it every day, but I think looking at it in depth once a month to really remind yourself, okay, what have I got left that I want to do? And just to really inspire yourself as well, get re-inspired throughout every single month of the year to give yourself the best chance of achieving as much on the mood board as you possibly can. So that is how to make your 2023 mood board. I really hope this video was helpful to you and that we can go on this journey together to try and make 2023 our best year yet. Before I go, I would just like to tell you a few of the tasks that I would like to do. I know I did say some of them when I was talking through my mood board, but yeah, I'd like to just tell you a few that I maybe didn't mention, just as maybe inspiration of something that you could do, because I love hearing what other people want to do. So I just thought it'd be nice to share. So for me, I want to get a job because I'm currently unemployed. I really hope to achieve that this month in January. So fingers crossed for that one. Really want to do that. Talking of my birthday, I'd like to have a birthday party. So last year I had a birthday party that was like a wig party and it was like a house party. This year I want to go for more of a different vibe, and I kind of want to do kind of like a dinner party with just my female friends. Most of my friends are female anyway. But yeah, just do a dinner party. I think we might do a bring a board night from TikTok, and I also want to do presentations also from TikTok, so where every person makes a presentation. I would love to do that. So that's my plan for that. Also for my birthday, I would like to go on a weekend away with my boyfriend. I would also like to hit 100 subscribers on YouTube. So at the time of recording this, I'm at 20. So that's 80 for the end of the year, and I think I can do it. I have the faith in myself. I think I could do it. And I would also like to sell an item of crochet because I've just opened kind of a crochet shop in the loosest use of the term shop. I'm selling some crochet, so I would love to sell my first item of crochet. That would be really, really cool. Yeah, so this was just a few of my goals and things I want to do. Hopefully inspired you, and yeah, hopefully this video was helpful in some capacity, and I hope you had a lovely Christmas, a lovely New Year if you celebrate, and I hope that your 2023 is amazing and that you get to complete as much as you can on your vision board, and that overall you just feel happy and content. So thank you so much for watching. Go make your vision board for 2023 because I just know it, 2023 is going to be a good one. Bye.